Alright, hello everyone. It's Josh here from JTG Gaming. I had planned on putting a video out this week, but I got a little bit sidetracked because the area where I live got hit by an ice storm, which means that I had no power for a couple days and no internet for almost a week. So I was not able to do anything. And then, when I finally got my power and internet back, I went online, opened up YouTube, and saw a bunch of people reacting to the new TLP rule sets, which means I missed that happening. So I am a little bit late to the game in reacting to that, but what I'm going to do is, because I haven't actually looked at the new rule sets yet, I'm going to look at it now for the first time, and I'm going to react to what I'm seeing and see if I like it or if I don't like it. So I've got it open in a tab here, and I am just going to read this off. Okay, now to discuss what many of you have been waiting for, the new TLP server rule set will be expanded. Start with Resource Hunter, Encounter Locking, Legacy Characters, and True Box. Alright, so what is Legacy Characters? I don't know what that means. I'm going to look that up just a second. Okay, so apparently Legacy Characters is what they were using on Oakwind, where if you have a character at max level, all of your subsequent characters will have experience bonuses based on how many max level characters you have. So, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's not that interesting, but that's fine. Okay, so expanded start. What does this mean? Start with the Ruins of Kunark, Scars of Velios, and Shadows of Luclin unlocked and level locked to level 50. Really? Okay. So they're going to start the server with the first 3 expansions out, but have everyone level locked to 50. That's interesting. So yeah, that'll definitely make things more difficult. Okay, so enjoy access to more varied level 50 experience with Ixar and Vashir available on launch day. Spend 24 weeks experiencing everything our first 3 expansions have to offer before the level cap is increased to 60. Planes of Power unlocks 12 weeks later, followed by additional unlocks happening at the regular cadence with compressed level 70 range. Okay, so I guess that means... Okay, so unlocks 12 weeks later. So do we have 12 weeks at level 60 then, with these expansions open? That's going to be... That can't be right. 24 weeks. So they're going to have... They're going to have Ruins of Kunark, Scars of Velios, Shadows of Luclin unlocked for 24 weeks? 24 weeks. That seems like a long time to me. Isn't that like almost 6 months? And then another 12 weeks of those expansions at level 60. So that's 36 weeks after the start of server. That's a lot. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. That seems weird. So we're gonna be at level 50 for 24 weeks with these expansions open. Okay. Okay, so Resource Hunter. Let's move on to the next section. The hunt is on for daily zone-wide bonuses. Every day at midnight Pacific, a limited number of zones in each unlocked expansion will be assigned a random bonus. Find the zones to find the bonus and share your discovery with the community. So there's going to be like some sort of scavenger hunt thing going on. Bonuses may include any of the following: increased experience, increased loot, increased AA experience in level 50 plus zones. Oh, so our AA is going to be unlocked at level 50? Or is that just after they expand the level cap to 60? I don't know. Increased coin drops, reduced NPC spawn times, increased rare NPC spawn times, and more. Okay, well that's interesting. Name reservations. Want to make sure you get your character's name before launch. I'm not going to read all this because that's pretty standard stuff. TLP launch will be at 12 p.m. noon PST on May 28th. Now that the high-level bullet points are listed, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the story behind the story with this TLP server. First of all, this is an experimental server, so we're trying some new things combined with some classic things, and also bringing back a few of the experiments from past years. Okay, expanded start. It's been a request for some years where some players wanted to have more expansions unlocked from the start. Here's looking at you, players that main Ixar and Vashir. With this year's expanded start, players will have access to more player races, locations, and tons more content with oodles of loot to obtain right from the start. Yeah, but for 24 weeks? 36 if you count when it's raised to 60? That is a long time. Do they know how long that is? 24 weeks is like 6 months. Am I doing the math wrong, or is that like 6 months? That's, what is there, 52 weeks in a year? Yeah, that's like 6 months. Okay. I got to get over that. That's crazy, though. Okay, slow initial unlocks. The fact is, the population on every progression server declines as more and more expansions unlock, so to keep a healthy server population for a longer period, we are extending the unlock time within some of the early expansions. We hope the slower initial progression leads to a longer, healthier progression server over the lifespan of the server. I feel like they're misreading that. I don't think the population declines because we're not stuck at level 50 for long enough. Is that really what they've taken away from that? The fact is, okay. I'm having to reread everything twice because this is just blowing my mind here. So they think having us be underleveled in Kunark, Velios, and Lucklin for 6 months is going to make the server last longer. Okay. Resource Hunter. The concept behind this rule set is to expand the experience of hot zones to a new daily method. We hope that it will not only bring the thrill of finding new special areas, but also bring the community together in the hunt. The Resource Hunter rule set of random daily bonuses should not only encourage playing in the variety of zones and exploring more of Norath, but also make it more rewarding to roam in different zones than you might normally on a TLP. Okay, so I kind of like this Resource Hunter thing. I don't know if it'll create the excitement they think it's going to. Like, what did they say? What did they say the bonus are? Increased experience, increased loot, increased AA experience, which is just increased experience. Increased coin drops, reduced NPC spawn times, increased rare NPC spawns. I kind of want to know what the and more is, but yeah, okay, fine. That'd be fine. That'd be interesting. I would not play that based on that. The expanded start thing I'm kind of iffy on. So encounter locking, while it initially had some controversy, looking at the lifespan of Oakwyn, it has been seen as a net good for the server. We received enough feedback and analyzed the data, and it appears to have ultimately benefited the server enough to try it again. Okay, encounter locking's fine. I have no problem with encounter locking. I don't think... I'd have to go back and watch my videos, because I don't remember what I say from video, to be honest. I don't think I complained about encounter locking. I think I was okay with it. I don't remember hating it. I think I might have even defended it in one of my videos. I don't know. But yeah, it's not terrible. But I don't care. Whether or not a server has encounter locking is not a draw for me. I don't care enough. Legacy characters. We're big fans of this rule set. We tried it and we liked it overall, so we're doing it again. It will be interesting to see how it works in parallel with the alternate personas feature. I forgot about personas. So I wonder, so if you have a max level character and make a persona, do you get the bonus on the persona? The bonus experience on the persona? I'm assuming you would. Yeah, I'm assuming you would. I don't know how that works. I hope you're excited about this year's time lock progression server as we are. And with that, this producer's letter has come to an end, but our journey is far from over. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not usually one to complain too much about these rule sets, but I don't like this expanded start thing. I could get on board with the idea of starting with Kunark, Velios, and Lucklin open. That's fine. I could even maybe get on board with starting those zones at 50 because that could add some extra challenge, especially if they're going to have AAs open at level 50. Although it would be pretty limited what you'd have access to, I would think, AA wise. But for 24 weeks? No, I don't. That's too long. That's way too long to be stuck at level 50. With like especially being underleveled for the zones. Like, okay, have us underleveled. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm just rambling at that point. I don't like it. I think that's just going to create problems. People are going to get bored of that. Nobody wants to be stuck at level 50. Like, the whole reason a lot of people play TLPs, I think, is for the speed of progression. Is my camera cutting in and out? I think one of the reasons I think people play TLPs is for the speed of progression. I think slowing it down to try and make the server healthier, that's no. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I don't like that. That's my take. That's my take on the TLP. That's a weird decision. I'm happy that they're not having the free trade random loot again. Wait, was Teak random loot or was it just free trade? Shoot, I don't even remember. I think it was random as well. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with no free trade. I'm good with no random loot. To be honest, I was really starting to get tired of those two things and was starting to crave going back to a simpler setup where bosses drop what they're supposed to drop. So I'm good with that being gone. I was actually hopeful for this TLP, thinking, man, maybe they'll hit me with something non-random loot, non-free trade related that I could really get on board with. But this is okay. The resource hunter is a new twist, but that's a pretty limited new twist. Like that's not. I'm not excited about that. I think it might be cool, but having expanded start as the cornerstone of your new rule set with that time frame, I hope they change that time frame. They're going to change that time frame, right? I hope so. Yeah, my takeaway, I'm glad there's no free trade. I'm glad there's no random loot. I kind of wish they had done something interesting that didn't make me feel bored just thinking about it. So, yeah, that's that. Will I try the server? Yeah, of course I will. I have a problem. I can't not. But I don't see there being a lot of excitement about this. I haven't watched anybody else's videos or any takes on this because I wanted to read this kind of fresh, and I hope I'm misinterpreting this because that's weird. I don't like that. Yeah, so I'll be on the server either way. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you there. Hopefully they tweak this a little bit and it ends up being a little more fun than it sounds that it's going to be. But yeah.